And all right, what do we got? So pack one, pick one. Some of the cards I like would be Rabblemaster. Gala Greeters is new. Grave Titan is a powerful magic card. I'm a fan of Shadow Spear in general. I could just take like the Boros Duel. Really not sold on some of the... oh, is there no timer? I think maybe the timer got turned off. Yeah, there's no timer. Okay. I think I will take Rabblemaster, but this could be a mistake. I don't know. The card in general is pretty good for me, or has been in formats like this, so I think it's fine to take it. We might end up with a bye here in round one too. I'm not really sure how this is going to go. Ooh, Bone Crusher. It's a very nice card. Fiery Confluence, also very powerful. Yeah, I'm going to be happy to take a red card here. Interesting to see a Rot Farm. I wonder if there are other bounce lands in the cube. I'll have to check the list. There's Azra Oddsmaker, which I know Matt thinks is super, super good. I think it probably is. But I really like the idea of taking Bone Crusher here. It's a little awkward that it's another 3-drop, but the idea of taking another very good interactive card, I mean, this will be our first interactive card, but another really solid red card that happens to be interactive, I think is very cool. I think Iron Apprentice is probably a bit too weak for a cube like this, if I had to guess. Get this over here. There's a Teferi now. The card's very good. I don't really know what to do here. Take the red-white duel. Could just take the Teferi, but it's pretty far away from what we're trying to do. Could take Voldaren Epicure and hope to pick up some of the madness stuff on the wheel, maybe. Could take Seasoned Hallowblade and try to play madness stuff as well. Or I could just take the red-white duel. I kind of want to take the Hallowblade. I feel like that card's really good. Maybe it's not unreasonable to try to end up some kind of Boros madness deck. There are a bunch of red cards too. Non-zero chance we wheel one of them. I'll give it a try. It's a little bit clunky with madness cards because you're not always going to want to tap it, but you can do it after attacks or after blocks, something of that nature to try to make it a little better. Now we pick up maybe Root Walla if we're trying to go into that madness deck. Otherwise maybe Cathar Commando, but that it seems medium-ish. I don't think we really need Triome. I mean, the Garruk seems very good, just like solid mid-range creatures like that. It's possible, or whoops, creatures, cards really. I could take the Garruk. Maybe I should. Don't really know if I would end up playing Naya here. I think I'll take the Root Walla, but it's very possible that this is forcing a little too much and I should just take this Garruk. Nice thing about the Root Walla pick here too is we get to remove all the red cards from that pack. You know, I don't know. I think in hindsight, just not sure about that pick. Maybe now we take Ferocidon over Fiery Temper. Hope to wheel the Temper, of course. Scavenging Ooze and Primal Might are quite nice. I could take Sky Sovereign too. That card's very good. Maybe I do just take the Sky Sovereign. Am I trying to go bigger? Kind of wish I took the Garruk. I think I'd probably end up in a better spot if I had taken the Garruk. I think that was a mistake. Because if I take the Garruk, then here I probably can take the Sky Sovereign. Maybe I'll just take the Ferocidon and try to play a more aggressive deck. I don't know. Kind of pricing myself into this with the Root Walla pick. I don't love the direction this is going, because I think that if I had done things differently, then I could have been open to not only like potentially a deck with a higher ceiling, but something that I'm not very used to drafting. Now we have Glorybringer versus Overhead Helm. Glorybringer is, I think, just the best 5-drop. Overhead Helm is very good too. Would be my first 2-drop. Reconfigures for 3. I think I need to take the Glorybringer. I think it kind of sucks to pass the Overhead Helm, but Glorybringer is just such a beast. This card's so good. Let's increase the layout. I think currently we're not playing this Hollow Blade. Ooh, Magda. Bloodthirsty Adversary as well. Problem is we have no spells for it. Yeah, I think Magda, after picking up the Glorybringer, makes sense. Meat Hook Hand wins. It's kind of scary. But yeah, we'll just take this. It's fine. I don't love our deck. I think it's okay. If I had taken the Voldaren Epicure over the Root Walla, the deck would be a little bit better, I think. I might have said the wrong card there. Oh, okay, interesting. So now Rabbit Battery versus Kumano. And I could take Violent Eruption as well, but I think I have to take a 1-drop now. So this card, you play it, it deals damage to stuff, then you make something bigger. I think I want the battery. I don't know if this card is good, but I'll definitely give it a try here. Oops. Yeah, I'm just not convinced about Root Walla and Violent Eruption, even though it is cool, and you know we've seen multiple cards that discard. I'm just not convinced that that's really where I want to be. Wow, we get a Confluence back, which I think has to be better than Pia and Kieran. Burning for 6 is so good with this card. Blowing up artifacts is quite nice as well, of course. So yeah, I think this is just about the best case scenario for me. Pia and Kieran still being here too is another good sign, but yeah, definitely happy about that. Another thing that I'm a little confused about is like exactly which colors are supposed to have access to the discard madness stuff. Like, if Root Walla's in there, is green supposed to have it? Because I imagine green doesn't really have the support for it. Or is the idea that you don't play Root Walla as a green card, you play it in your like red madness deck or red-black madness deck? I just don't really, I don't know. Okay, well we do get our Epicure back here, which is part of the plan. Could take burn the house down, or burn down the house, but I don't think we're gonna do that. It is a wrath that kills planeswalkers, which potentially could be a really nice effect for us, but I think I just need the 1-drop too badly. So I never played with, I don't think I've really played with reconfigure cards, so I'm excited to do that. of this pack. I think I'd maybe take this Triome as just clunky fixing if we end up playing white or something, because otherwise we just don't care about any of these cards. Sure. Okay. I think I maybe just take this. I don't know if it does anything for me. I think it probably doesn't. So in that case, maybe I just take one of these cards that'll be good against me. Yeah, I think I should just make a hate draft pick here. Primal Might or... Oh! Hey Eli, good to see you. What am I going to be taking here? But yeah, definitely going for some fire this time. I think I'll take the Ooze. This could be incorrect, but the fact... Oh man, this is such an amazing wheel for us. This is like the best case scenario. So yeah, I don't really know how good mono red is in this environment, but I definitely think that our lane is open, which is nice. But anyway, taking the Ooze because, I mean, obviously gaining life is going to be relevant versus mono red, but the other side of the coin is just growing. Seems like it could be annoying. Like if it grows to 4/4, then we don't have a ton of stuff. Wow, and we we double wheel a playable too. Nice. Okay. Interesting. So Inferno Titan, very powerful card, but also pretty expensive. Might not be something we are going to be able to do. I really want to try Professional Facebreaker. I don't know if it's actually the pick here. I don't think I can make treasures in any way other than with that. Or no, that's not true. Magda makes treasures. That would be cool. I don't have a ton of threes. Like otherwise I'm taking Legionnaire. Maybe I do just take Legionnaire though for curve purposes, because there could be like a white aggro player, and then maybe we can just wheel the Facebreaker. I think that's probably what my plan will be here. Yeah. The thing is, like, with this environment in particular, okay, now we have Unholy Heat versus Pyrite Spellbomb, and we did not wheel the, whatever you call it, the Monastery Swift Spear. The last time I drafted this cube, and this cube, I know you mentioned, by the way, that you like peasant cubes. This cube is a little strong for my tastes too, but it's sweet, and I don't know, I helped the designer set up the cube, so I'm happy to participate in drafts and just try to help the pods fill. But anyway, last time I made it to the finals with mono white, and I played against two mid-range decks, and I felt like I really, you know what, I'm going to take this Spellbomb over the Unholy Heat. I felt like I should have lost both of the mid-range matchups, but fortunately we only lost one. Okay, now we can take Bomat. I guess that's all I really have to say about that. I mean, big score. It's not going to be something we're interested in. Goblin Engineer, we did just pick up a Spellbomb, but there's not going to be enough support for that for us. Sika's Chariot is very powerful. This card scares me, and same with Fractured Identity. Both of those cards in an environment where mid-range really seems dominant is, I don't know. It's sad to have to pass them both, but I think we'll live. Yeah, that's fair. This cube is very interesting though. One of the nice things about it is, like, you know, I see the words Vintage Cube and I think about like the Magic Online Vintage Cube that many people are very familiar with, but there's definitely some novelty here. Even if it's something like Blazing Root Walla, which I might just end up cutting from the deck anyway. But like Pyrite Spellbomb, I don't think that's a card that ever shows up in the Vintage Cubes. So, I don't know. There are definitely some different strategies and themes here, which I appreciate, and I would say an increased willingness to try new cards and possibly weak cards like Big Score. I don't think would ever make it into the Vintage Cube. Oh man, Chandra versus Figure, huh? These cards are both great. How greedy is it to take the Chandra? I mean, I wheeled both the red ones. If there's a card for a white aggro player, I'm gonna take the Chandra. It's a lot of value, but this could be a mistake. It's possible that Figure is important, but we already have a lot of kind of crappy ones. Yeah, it's a very good card. Pretend this is a creature for now. Okay. Well, there are 0 cards for me in this pack. That is not a good sign. And I don't even think there's anything here I would ever splash, so I guess that means I'm going for a pure hate draft. So maybe I take Pestermite because I can never beat the twin combo because I don't have enough instant speed interaction. Or what could I do? I don't really care about Quarantine Field. I mean, I'm a red deck, so I can never remove enchantments like Felidar Retreat. I think I'll take the Pestermite. I think that's the scariest card for me. I don't want to play against that. But anyway, one of my friends, Burst Lightning, but it's full art. If any burn spell should be full art, it should always be Lightning Bolt, right? But Robber versus Burst is not super easy for me. I'm not really sure about this pick, especially because I don't know whether burn spells are going late. Like if I expect to wield the Unholy Heat, then I can probably take the 2-drop. But I don't have very much in the way of interaction. I guess Burst Lightning isn't great anyway, and Robber of the Rich is a pretty good aggressive too. This could be a mistake though. Like there's non-zero chance I just wield a Robber anyway, but I do think it's a really nice 2-drop. But I was saying that one of my friends in the Discord was asking me, as he often does when get a chance to draft my Peasant Cube again. So now I feel honor bound to finally work on that a little bit more and get it tuned for the latest sets that have been released and then draft that. Okay, so in this pack we have 7 mana cards and 8 mana cards, and I don't think I'm super worried about those. I mean, maybe I could take Hullbreaker Horror. Ugin, I think there's a chance I could beat. I don't know. I guess they're both super rough for me if someone gets there. I could take the Talisman, try to slow people down. Or I could take something like Kaya, which gains life. I don't think I'm too worried about... Actually, you know what? I think I will take this Fateful Absence. I don't want people to be able to interact with my threats. Okay, so we wield this Inferno Titan that we don't really want to play, but maybe there's a weird matchup where we would consider it. This card is... Well, I guess there are just never going to be other Merfolk, but 3 mana for a 3/4 that draws a card when it attacks. Like, that is a scary card for me to play against. Don't remember what was in this pack originally. Mana Rock. Hey Trouts, good to see you. I think I got a follow from you the other day, by the way, and I appreciate that. I think the Mana Rock was a very reasonable choice there too. I don't think I would ever play a Mana Rock in a deck like this, but the hate draft I think makes a lot of sense. Fateful Absence is an interesting card. It's obviously not the best removal spell ever. Anything that allows the opponent to get a card is not, but ooh, can I maybe splash this? I'm not going to take the Triumph, I guess, and otherwise I guess I could take Damnation. I think the Damnation hate draft is actually better than picking up Escape because I really don't want to splash in this deck. Lots of hate drafting here, but we also had a lot of playables. Oh wait, we took Legionnaire and we were going to wheel the Facebreaker, so we did not wheel the Facebreaker. So we know there's at least one other person drafting red. And that might have been the Unholy Heat pack too. Yeah, so now the red cards are not wheeling. So that's unfortunate. So red was more open pack 1 than pack 2. And I'm not totally sure why. Okay, well, we'll figure it out. Could take this Briar Bridge tracker, or we could keep hate drafting twin pieces. I feel like this card wheeling, I'm just going to take this card. This is, I think, a solid green card that I don't want to play against too. So, but a bit unfortunate to know that we have allowed someone else to move into red. Like, pack 1 felt amazing. We were getting like whatever it was, super late 1-drops, and we wheeled Fiery Confluence. We wheeled a bunch of other stuff, and I don't know. Now it seems like someone else has moved in. Yeah, and we're just like not really getting any playables here. This card seems well, I guess we just saw the Jace for it, huh? But this card seems scary to me. Just keep taking these like overstated cards that are not fun to deal with. Someone can have their mana rocks. I think the decks with mana rocks, even without like a Braid in my deck or whatever, are going to be good matchups most of the time. Also curious about this card. I feel like this probably doesn't do a ton. I guess I take this. I don't know. It seems hard to make Titania really work. Whereas like Moloku, it has 4 toughness. I don't know, it could be annoying. Maybe I'm wrong. But I'll take the Moloku here. Okay, well, we get DRC back. This is not even a card that I necessarily want to play. Like Pyrite Spellbomb, I guess, helps with Delirium a little bit. But you really, really don't want to play this if you can't get Delirium or even take advantage of it very much. So, yeah, I don't know. And Fires of Invention, which I guess we'll take for signaling purposes. I don't think Generous Visitor really does anything, but maybe I'm wrong about that somehow. Okay, and we get an Esper card last pick. Yeah, I feel like there are going to be a lot of cards from the new set that end up getting cut from this cube. But overall, I would say that pack was like practically a disaster for us. Like, we got some good cards, like Chandra, Legionnaire, but we just got very few playables overall. So I guess now we take Ancient Tomb. Zealous Conscripts is good, but it's also 5 mana, and I'm very particular about the 5 mana cards that go into my mono red deck. Masticore is interesting, so is Lesser Masticore. It's funny to see them next to each other like that. I think I'm just going to take Ancient Tomb. Fast mana is great. There aren't too many chances for me to pick it up, so we also don't care about our life total that much. Like, we should care about it less than any other deck. That said, we know that someone else has Unholy Heat. We know they have the Facebreaker. We know they have the Burst Lightning. So there's a chance. I mean, and potentially that person has the Swift Spear as well. There could just be another like heavy red drafter. I don't really know. Fight with Fire now? Guess it's fine. I mean, I'm not taking Mox Opal. Lion Sash, I think, is very good. Lolth is also really scary. Yeah, I'm not loving my chances with this deck, especially like competing with someone else. And that's one of the rough things about this spot. Like, I can't really do anything. It's too late for me to try to pick up Fixing, move into something else. I kind of just have to hope that I either open good cards, which, you know, in the case of the Ancient Tomb, I would say I did, or get past good cards, which so far is not really happening. But we'll stay the course. I mean, obviously we don't have a ton of agency at this point, so and I don't think my deck is like straight up bad. Just the fact that in fact, I think most of my deck is quite good, but the problem is we're really missing some burn spells, some cheap burn spells. Like, if we picked up the Burst Lightning, that would go a long way. Now we have Gruul Turf versus Breya's Apprentice, and I love Gruul Turf. I think I'm going to take the Apprentice. I think we just need the playables at this point. Not a great place to be. It's cool to see bounce lands get this much respect though. Like I think bounce lands are very, very good cards and they almost never show up at power levels like this, so. Oh man, we get the best burn spell. Well, not going to complain about a lightning bolt. Yeah, I mean, it's not like the best card ever for the deck, but you know, it certainly certainly helps us out with some of the problems here. Like ideally we don't play Fight with Fire, right? There are probably some cards in the sideboard that are better. Well, maybe not. But Bolt is a great pickup. This is kind of what I was thinking when I made that full art comment about Burst Lightning and then talked myself out of it because it only deals 2 damage and nobody has 5 mana lying around, right? So maybe we're taking Lightning Axe now. Silver Bluff Bridge doesn't really do anything for us. Yeah, Duretti's insanely powerful, but I have no black fixing. So I could take Duretti and try to splash it off of Magda. I don't have the other card that makes treasures. Otherwise it's Lightning Axe, which I think is maybe just worse than Fight with Fire anyway. So I guess, I don't know. I think there's almost no chance I end up with enough treasures or fixing to splash Duretti, but the Lightning Axe is just such a mediocre card that I think I'm fine to take the Duretti. Ooh, Fury now? This might be one of the only 5 drops that I would consider good enough here. Yeah, we are going to be short on playables here. Like it's going to be close, but I think almost guaranteed we're going to be short on playables. Maybe we can play 17 lands, which I don't normally like to do in decks like this because we have multiple 5s. It's a little clunky though. Goblin Welder. If this were a red-black land, maybe we could have had a chance at that. Can we do anything with Taiga? Probably not. Maybe we play the Inferno Titan and then we just really play. We really go for the 17 land strategy. That's not unreasonable. Inferno Titan is a strong card. I think I'll just take this Banishing Light. Just a random hate draft. I don't want to play against this card if possible. Scarab God's very good too. Oh, nice. Okay, so we get a Zealous Conscript, which is something. Yeah, so I think it's very likely that someone else did move into mono red. And we are going to be playing a big red deck here, which this is not really what I'm accustomed to. And there are some clunky things about it. We have like some really weird 1-drops to play in a deck that's focused on going bigger, but the Ancient Tomb gets better. That's something. And I don't know. Our overall card quality should get a little bit better from something like Inferno Titan going into the deck. Maybe gives us a little bit more game against the mid-range decks that I keep worrying about. Yeah, I think I'll just pick up this Lolth now. Sure. There's not really too much else going on here. Can never play 18 lands, so I do need to find one more card to run here. If I have to play Dragon's Rage Channeler, then I guess I have to play Dragon's Rage Channeler, but I don't know. Oh, okay, so we get a Gruul Turf. I think we would play a Gruul Turf. But nothing for us here. Yeah, red went from like super duper open to really not open at all. Guess I'll just take Lotus Cobra. This card scares me the most. I mean, Gristlebrand is very, very difficult to beat. just take this. I have beaten Gristlebrand with mono red before. I think I okay, I guess we could play Lightning Axe. That's fine. It's not an exciting card, but we have to put spells in our deck, and I imagine the DRC is still looking bad. So yeah, our deck is like the first, I want to say like pack and a half, maybe it was a little bit shorter than a pack and a half. The deck was like very, very good. And I don't know if our chances of trophying were super high, but I think our chances of like having a very good mono red deck in the way that I would normally draft them is pretty high. But then apparently somebody pivoted, and now we're in this weird spot where I mean, maybe the deck is still okay, but we have some really weird cards that I don't want to play at all, like Fight with Fire and Lightning Axe. So random land. I think that might have been the pack with the Badlands and Duretti. Maybe no, that was probably a different pack. But regardless, we're not getting any black fixing for Duretti. Okay. Okay. So here's our deck with all the lands. Yeah, Figure of Destiny is another card that we didn't get back during the draft. That would have been pretty nice. But we are going to have enough playables, quote unquote, here. And we'll try the Gruul Turf as well. I'm excited about the Gruul Turf. There was something on Twitter the other day about bounce lands that seemed like it was underrating them. So, and I suppose I will just add a bunch of basics to the side as well. Add some extra mountains in case I want to cut some of the non-basics. If there's like a weird world where I need to like splash Duretti or something, add some swamps. But I don't think I need forests or islands for any reason. Okay. Definitely a weird deck, but I'll see how it does. Oh, so we have a challenge here from Matt, and we'll choose Matt Vintage and hope to play first and do well here. I don't think I've ever played Matt before, which is a little weird because it's been in the Discord for a while. I don't think I can keep this hand. We have 4 lands. Our 1 mana card is card disadvantaged. We have 2 5s. So I think this is a no. Okay, this hand is rough, but maybe we can keep it. We have fewer spells than we did in the previous hand, but yeah, we do have something like this, which is nice. So we get to maybe get some card advantage going. We're playing against a blue deck, so Bomat's probably going to be better than it will be all the time. This is awkward. We can't double spell. If we had drawn this for turn 1 and this for turn 2, we could actually double spell, but no, we can't. So I think let's just go ahead and attack here. I don't really think there's anything that can happen for that mana. And no reason to play the Ancient Tomb. We can still just play the Magda here, and then next turn we can Ancient Tomb Confluence if we need to. I don't really expect that I would want to do that. I'm just passing here. It's weird. Ogre Head Helm. So we could do something weird where we like equip that. We can also, I mean, we could just see if our spells resolve. We're going to be, no, we're 1 short of equipping this because this is 3. But we can just double spell here, playing out our lands. Yeah. Yeah, there's just nothing really to think about. I'll just play this. I don't expect this to get countered, but yeah, okay. We're doing it like this. Or wait, oh no, there could be Deceiver Exarch. I think I'm fine doing this. Okay, no Deceiver Exarch is great, but I think that I misplayed. I think I should have played the Head Helm pre-combat instead of trying to get cute with the like treasure and thinking about a counter and whatever. Okay, buy back Forbid. That's fine. That's like almost best case scenario for me. But I think that was a mistake on my part, because if there was a Deceiver and I wanted to discard the Bomat, then I have an extra card in my hand. Maybe it was still fine. I don't really know. Okay. So now we can play the Confluence into this. I think we just start with the Blood. Okay, that's annoying. You may have a card. Or whoops, oh, you don't get a card, you get a treasure with this card. I think I will offer the trade here. But let's start with this. So this, we have to be careful how we do this. If we targeted the artifact here, then Matt could just fizzle this Confluence by sacking. So we actually have to do this and just dome for 6. And then we attack with all. Oh, thank you so much for the sub, Eli. Really appreciate that. Sorry I didn't notice right away, but thanks a lot. We draw some cards, and they're pretty good. Don't think we have any reason to use the treasure right away. Matt falls to 5. So there's Forbid up still, which we know about. And I'm really glad that Bomat doesn't draw cards, because that would have sucked. I think our play here is just land Rabbit Battery. We just... Now I'm kind of regretting this. We don't have lethal here, do we? So if we cast Glorybringer, attack all, the Forbid counters the Glorybringer, but then we have 2 treasures with the Magda, and then we get to stomp this. So I guess that's our play. So play this, it's a must counter. Opponent falls to 1. The classic bait with Glorybringer. All right, and then hopefully that'll be good enough. Okay. So we're playing against some kind of blue deck. Thought Monitor, Hullbreaker, so we're going to see a lot of artifacts. We have no shatters though, which, well, actually no, we have the Confluence, that's our shatter. Interesting that Matt just like didn't do anything that game. But yeah, Deceiver, Exarch would have been really bad for us to see. This is the matchup where if I would ever want to ready, it would be here, right? Because there are a bunch of artifacts running around. But again, we just have no fixing, so we'd be playing that off of swamps and treasures, and we only have the Magda. The Magda was very good that game, though. Magda kind of saved us. I mean, the Bomat saved us too. Top deck Bomat turn 1 was great there. Could I ever just like, I don't know, I feel like I have so many bad cards in my deck. Like, could I just cut Fight with Fire or Lightning Axe and run to ready and just 2 swamps or something? I think maybe I could. Probably doesn't mess up too much. I just really wish if I had just like 1 duel. I think I'll do it though. I think I've talked myself into this. Just so many bad cards in the deck that I think we can afford to do this, even though it could be a little loose. Which one is worse? Okay, so Matt's just scooping here. Probably. Yep, the old turn 0 concede. That's a funny one. All right. So I think we'll take out the mountains. Play our Duretti. Yeah, I don't know. Sorcery speed, 3 mana. Sure, I'm sold, I guess. And I'm never getting to, what is this? 9 mana anyway, so. Okay. Is 2 swamps enough? Probably not, but it's only 1 card. Oh wait, I didn't add the swamps somehow. I only took out the mountains. And the thing about this is because it's free form, it's not a cube draft, you can actually submit as few as 30 cards. So I was just about to submit a 38 card deck, which is not what I'm supposed to do. I don't think I can keep this. Can I keep this? I have 2 1-drops and 2 2-drops. I have 1 land. I have 2 natural chances to hit the second land. I have Bomat, which can discard cards. I have Epicure, which can rummage toward a land. I'm playing a lot of lands. This is greedy as heck, but I'm going to keep it. The other thing is, like, we can run out the turn 1 Bomat. Okay, or we can just hit naturally, which feels great. Try to see if we get any tells about whether there's a counter. We did click a few times here, but I'm still gonna play the Magda. Yeah, it does get mana drained though. That's the worst outcome. Dang. Well, we might get crushed here. Uh-oh, Mountain 2. Mountain means interaction possibly, so and there's this. So we might see a bunch of the cards that we didn't get during the draft. And the hearse is going to be scary, I think. Well, the hearse cannot block, so we can just kill that right away, the face breaker, and then the thing can't be crewed. So I guess we're just getting rewarded here for making this side warding choice. Would you like to crew this and then have it die? Yeah. Oh, 1 second here. All right, so now, oh, Sweltering Suns, that hurts. But we only had a couple of things in play, so it's not the end of the world for me. The Confluence will eventually be good against this hearse. Yeah, we need to play land for sure. Play a 2/2. Like, things aren't looking amazing for us, but they're not as dire. Yeah, exactly. They're not as dire as they seem. It depends what's in hand. Okay, or is this bobble? Yep. Okay, I'm glad this is the card that got revealed and not this. Are we holding up a counter now? What's the deal? Wonder what's going on for 5 mana. Oh, well, that was a really nice draw. So we'll attack first because of whatever you call it. The idea here is to play around the Hull Breacher or whatever. Yeah, happens anyway, but the reason we did it like this is so the opponent wouldn't be able to block first. And them getting in treasure is annoying, but it's not horrible for us. This thing is very, very scary, but if there's no counter for the Confluence, then we might be okay. 3 cards in hand for the opponent. A Braid there. I think that's not amazing for me, but overall I'm not too unhappy about it. Like, yeah, there's maybe still at least 1 land left in there. Just go for the aggro. I like it. 6/6 coming at me. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to block. I feel like there is a counter here, though. Dang. Well, that's not what we wanted. Now I think we actually have to chump. We need to be able to survive, and if there's interaction on this, then we could basically end up dying out of nowhere. So rough. Okay, well now there's no chumping, which means we're basically just -3 damage here. And there's still like forbid up or whatever. Yeah, so now I think we go for this. We could Confluence, right? But I think it's fine to do this. This way, there needs to be another creature to crew this. It gets countered by Cryptic, sure. So now we are just dead pretty much, so we'll just scoop. I don't know if we were like certainly dead. Like, I actually don't think we were, because this was a 6/6, 7/7 here, so we block 1, go to 1 on board. But I don't think we can ever win that game anyway, so it's not really, whoops, it's not a big deal. Okay, so going into game 3 here, not feeling like an amazing matchup. The red cards are very annoying for me. Just very good interactive cards. We could very easily lose this match. Banishing Light. Do we want to play this card? Is this better than... Or would we ever play Fateful Absence? Probably not. Yeah, I don't know. I think the Duretti is good. Yeah. first. And this is a hand with Magda and Duretti, and I guess we have to keep. It's not a horrible hand. Opponent's mulliganing. Okay. Spellbomb, huh? Well, I am going to try to get Magda rolling here so we can cast Duretti this game. We also have a haste creature coming up, maybe. We could get blown out by Sweltering Suns, which would suck. But I think we just do this. Yeah, so no counter here means maybe there's a mana drain, but Sweltering Suns is coming or something. Up. Okay. Okay, well, at least I don't have to worry about that guy anymore. And we're probably getting Wrathed here. Yep, there's a Fury. No Sweltering Suns, one time. Okay. Do I crack this? No, because it's a treasure and I can always crack it. And I might need the mana for Duretti. Okay. Well, we're definitely getting a card. 3 mana, there's no flash creature that I'm worried about. Like, Deceiver would be awkward, but it's not even horrible, so we just need to attack here. Just pressure the opponent. See if we get a good card from them this time. Okay, Snapcaster Recall. That's annoying. But I am going to just shock that guy. Let's see what the card we get from the robber is here. That's the correct play. We can do this, can't we? Oh yeah. All right. So I think I just cast all my stuff. I don't actually know whether I should cast this Jace. I think maybe the answer is no. Because if there's a Wrath, then yeah, like there needs to be a Wrath here, right? So okay, that is allowed. Oh man, I wish I could blow up the land. I don't think I can play mountains from here, can I? Yeah, I didn't think so. But I will play my land from hand. I wonder what there can be for this mana. Oh, we have to make sure we don't flip the Jace, by the way. Flipping the Jace would be very bad for us. But I can start here just with an attack. Okay, one card in graveyard, so we are safe to loot. Zealous, huh? That's pretty good. Bit punished for pitching land, but or for playing land, but it's not horrible. So just discard Legionnaire. Sure, we get a treasure. Go to post combat, we uptick. We might go for a Bone Crusher here. And now we should be set up for a win. Yep. There could be something weird happening here, but I'm not too worried. Even if it's like a Tinker or something, I think I'm probably okay. Pia and Kieran. I believe Matt is dead. Yeah. Okay, Matt is... Wait, does Matt live at 1? No. Okay. Okay, so we have a couple ways to do this. We need to start with this. And now we can Fury, exile Bone Crusher. All right. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, okay, Duretti was pretty good there. Duretti did some work for sure. Okay, this hand seems pretty interesting. So we're going to lead on this card, so then next turn we can get a bigger rabbit battery. Yeah. Uh-oh. I almost wonder if this player thinks that they can beat me anyway. I wonder if this is... Okay, Giver. I think we probably just kill that. Don't think we're going to need all these mountains. So let's do this. A little bit clunky. We'll lose some life. Okay, we do find a Fury. And since it is the same amount of damage, I think we do just go ahead and equip here. I was thinking about the Rabbit Battery dodging creature removal, though maybe this is actually incorrect because now we don't have a 2/2 in play. Yeah, I think that could have been incorrect. I think maybe I wasn't supposed to reconfigure there. Okay, land, please. Land, 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 land. Okay, nice. But now we missed our first damage because I reconfigured incorrectly. Okay, and the opponent just scoops. All right, well, nice to start up a game. So we're playing against a white deck, base white, but with Naya mana potentially. So another person who took some of the red cards that we ended up needing for our deck and did not get, unfortunately. That was just about the nut drop for us in terms of the opponent missing their turn 1 land drop, even though they clearly had it, and us having like turn 3, or whatever it was, turn 4 Fury on their blocker. So I'll just think a little bit more about my reconfigures. I guess for next time, I don't really think we have a sideboard here. So we'll see how this goes. I don't think we're going to be favored for this matchup, but just do our best. Inferno Titan might be good here. We'll see. Okay, more Rabbit Batteries. Sure, keep. If we find exactly Ancient Tomb, this hand is amazing. Sure. I think I am happy enough to try to trade my Rabbit Battery for that. Opponent takes it, makes sense. Levels up twice, probably attacks. If they don't attack, wow. That's amazing for me. Because now this is ideal, right? Like, I have very little to do with my mana. I don't think I'm winning a race with multiple 5-drops in hand and, like, no cheap plays, but I've drawn land 5, and my opponent didn't commit anything to the board. I got an extra point of damage through. I could still lose super easily, but that was a good turn of events for me. Let's see if they shock. No. Oh, they're just passing. Okay, I mean, I'm drawing a lot of lands. This is why I don't like playing these bigger red decks. I don't like these higher land counts. I don't like playing multiple 5-drops. But so far, so good. And I think we want to go turn 5 Glorybringer so we can try to get a 4/4 double strike haste into play on turn 6. Now like a resto kind of destroys me. I think at this point, I don't think the opponent can just be on 5 cards and have nothing. I think they have to have either resto or I don't know. I don't think I can attack here anymore. Even if it's just the Wanderer. Wanderer make a 2/2 sucks for me. Okay, well, they passed really quickly, which kind of implies they didn't have anything. Maybe they really thought I was going to attack. I don't know. But I think whatever just happened there was, I think it was probably good for me. We've also drawn the most expensive cards in our deck. Angel of Sanctions, okay. Happy to exert a Glorybringer on that. It's a little funny to have a Rabbit Battery come back and not be able to attack with it. But overall, I think I'm in good shape here. If they go land and Embalm the Angel, then I think we're in amazing shape. Jeez, well, this is their play. Do we play around Mana Tithe? I guess I just attack for 1. I think I just go for the attack now. And if they have Resto, we can try to Inferno Titan finish it off. Hey Jasper, good to see you. Oh Jasper, man, you are really up early. The fact that I know someone like Jakob wouldn't be awake for another like few hours at least. So we could consider not playing into a Wrath here, but I think I'm just going to do this anyway. I don't know. Boros Wrath. We can almost just, I mean, it kind of sucks. Specifically losing the Rabbit Battery makes me dislike this play, because if we kept the Rabbit Battery, if we had reconfigured, cycle a land. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not feeling great about this play. Winds of Abandon. Okay. Yeah, so if we had reconfigured the Rabbit Battery, there's a chance we'd be in better shape here. So now we have to do this. Yeah, I'm not super happy with how I played that. Get to Gruul Turf. Oh. I guess I return the mountain. Just thinking about playing a non-basic into Wasteland. I think it doesn't matter. Yeah. I shouldn't have played the Inferno Titan. I don't... Like, Boros Wrath, I don't really know if I should have thought about that, but obviously, like, this is a way I can lose, so... I don't know. That part was goofy. Yeah. Yeah, it just would have been so much better if I held the Inferno Titan for 1 turn. I don't know what my play should have been that turn. I don't know if I'm just supposed to pass or what. But obviously I think my play was poor. One nice thing here is if the opponent's play next turn is just Embalm, then we can Lightning Axe, and they die. But I think it's pretty unlikely they just die. We'll see what happens. That sucks. That's not what we wanted to see. Yeah, now we're in rough shape. We have to top deck something good. I mean, we do have a lot of draws that are live, and we thinned our deck out of a lot of lands, which might matter, but okay, I mean, Bomat. Bomat is solid here. Land. You know what would be awesome? Fight with Fire. If we draw Fight with Fire, that would be such an epic way to end this. Yeah. So the trick here is to do this in response, because if we do it in response, then the Bomat never leaves the battlefield, which means we retain our card. So we don't lose the card that's under here. Not cracking Bomat until we're going to be forced to crack Bomat. So basically in response to removal. Okay, there's Epicure. This is a punish for not playing out land earlier. Jeez, okay. I don't think we play this. Well, no, maybe we do actually. Yeah, we should. The timing on that was a little sus. Are you talking about the burst lightning? No, this is not actually Vintage Cube. This is jeez. Okay, well that's annoying. Goodbye, Ogrehead Helm. Can we draw our Fight with Fire, please? We're down to 15 cards in library. It could be exiled face down, which would suck. Okay. I mean, you gotta do something about this. That doesn't do anything. Okay. Final battle. Very dramatic. Alright, let's hope we get to play first. Last time we lost the finals. Oh, alright. Sorry, Jesper. That sucks. Is it against terms of use to do a draft like this with friends? No, I don't think so. Okay, we win the die roll. That's step 1. Keep the hand. Step 2. Okay. Bounce land looking decent here. We know that the wasteland is somewhere else too. I've definitely given people like a treasure chest before for trophying drafts, so fight with fire. Are we gonna hardcast it? Or not really hardcast it, but are we gonna kick it? We already have what, 5 mana on this hand, so maybe. Okay. Yep, that's scary. We actually have a good number of artifacts for this Brea's Apprentice, which is neat. Deceiver. No, this is a shark. Ooh. That sucks. It's a 2/2. Did not see that one coming. I don't think I want to pyrite that or anything either. I just take my beats. Okay, lose 3. So maybe we don't want to Confluence blow up Mana Crypt. Maybe we want to leave the Mana Crypt. I think we probably want to blow up the Mana Crypt, especially if there's not a land drop here. If there's a land drop here, that could change our decision, but... yeah. Poor rabbit indeed. Shark Typhoon is a good card to know about, though. The rabbit has been impressive. I feel like it's one of those cards that really improves depending on how well you play with it. For instance, like, I think it was pretty bad in my last match because I don't think I played well with it. Scarab God, please no. Okay, Treachery. If there's no counter here, then maybe we're in business. We can Fiery Confluence, clear the opponent's board, but we're still losing pretty hard. Maybe we go for it, though. Opponent has 3 mana up. I don't know. The way I see this, I think that we are unlikely enough to win that it's fine to just play into counter magic here. It seems like the opponent could be F6'd. Okay, well, that was a decent outcome. We could still lose here for sure. We can lose pretty easily. Like, we don't have any pressure right now. Yeah. So if a card would be put into an opponent's graveyard from anywhere, you can do this at instant speed. So if we crack this on their turn, it actually doesn't work. So we need to do this now. If the opponent doesn't have removal for this, we might be able to cash it in for 3 cards and escape, though not super likely. Okay, Tar Pit. Sure. I was gonna probably discard those cards anyway, or at least one of them. So now I have to make a choice about whether I want to... I think my play here, I think I attack. I think I greedily choose no. This is such an important choice. I think I'm too heavy on lands. Problem is, like, I could just... I think I do it. I don't know. All right. Okay. I think all told, that was decent for me. Anything expensive is scary here. Grave Titan definitely counts. Okay. Yeah. So I can Fury here, I kill the 2/2s, and then it trades for Grave Titan. I think that's kind of my out. Oh wait, no, this is better, because now that I drew the land, I actually can just kill the Grave Titan. Okay, cycle a Xander's Lounge. I think that has to be really good for me. Ah, jeez. Wow. I am drawing super hot. So now the opponent has to fire up Tar Pit, kill the Chandra, but then we're attacking for a lot. And if we draw something good, then we're still in the game. I mean, we're maybe still in the game regardless. One card in hand. Oh, but they're fetching now. So they have some kind of 4-drop here. They can't have Damnation. Grief. Okay. It's not a huge deal. Oh man, that's a really nice draw. All right. So we are just the king of top decks here. All of our draws were great that game. Man. Okay. Up a game in the finals. Love to see it. I don't think we're favored here, by the way. I think we have to draw Hot Fire or we just die. Yeah. Yeah. This deck is sweet. This is fun to play, though. That's for sure. All right, let's run it again, I think. Yeah. Okay, this is slow, but I think we have to keep. You can always just draw a bunch of ones. 2 is also acceptable. Sure. Oh man. Whoops. Might be on Bray's Apprentice for land territory. This is a ballista, sure. Okay, fine with that. Oh man, we find a land and 2 Blade is missing land drops. So maybe a bold claim here, but I actually don't think we can lose anymore. Yeah. Yep. Can you counter it? Okay, remand. That's annoying. I do think I misplayed that actually. Graveyard from anywhere, huh? So if there's exactly Spell Pierce here, then we could get Chandra'd and die. So I guess we just cast a Fury. That's also pretty bad for me. Ooh, that was good though. Wow, and just scoops. Okay. Well. All right. I guess we got there. Well, that was nice, unexpected.